Now, it is the 21st of October, and you are watching Lookuptv here, and this is particularly Lookup Weekend here on Lookuptv. Thank you so much once again for making time for the program tonight. We do welcome you to be part of the program by engaging us on our socials. That is at Amoy Brian on Twitter or X at Lookuptv. We are also on Facebook and on YouTube. It is at Lookuptv. We do welcome your feedback on those particular social platforms, and we'll be sampling some of it as we continue with the program tonight. Let's start the highlights tonight.
On Lookup Weekend tonight, more than 200 victims have filed cases at DCI offices as phase one of Mavoko Demolitions comes to an end. Also tonight,
serikali ya RUTO imefeli, hakuna kitu inatengenezwa.
Maisha iko juu, kazi zao pia mishahara zimepunguzwa.
Yeye ametuambia mambo ni matatu. Wewe uko ready kwenda mbinguni?
A day after its official launch, Kenyans weigh in on President William Ruto's ambitious universal health coverage plan. And
inasemekana kuna mara ingine amejaribu kufanya hivyo, hata kama jana nimesikia alikuwa amesema mtu anaweza tujiua.
Men in Kirinyaga urged to speak up and get help as suicide cases rise in the region.
All right, now our sign language interpreter tonight is Philista Adundo. More than 200 victims of the Mavoko demolitions have recorded statements with the directorates in DCI offices in Athi-River as the first phase of the demolitions came to an end, with the second phase set to begin next week. Now, the demolitions have been extended to other parcels of land which have no court case with the East African Portland Cement.
About 10 days ago, after President William Ruto sent a stern warning to idle landowners in Mavoko, Athi-River, that is owned by East African Portland Company,
have now been cleared by the courts on the land that is adjacent to EPZ that belong to Portland Cement. My instructions are we will take either 1,000 or 1,500 of that land and make it part of EPZ here in Athi-River.
Emotions have been rising through the first phase of demolition of houses, occupying at least 4,268-acre piece of land.
Si ni mayouth venye unaona hapa tumekuja kujirea kwa sababu hakuna job. Hii ndio ile job iko kwa saa hii na lazima tubebe hii chuma ndio at least tupate kitu kakudishi.
The victims forced to spend cold nights in subsequent days. Houses were demolished, business reduced to rubble.
Juu hata tujui hawa watu watakaa namna gani, hawa wakimbizi hawa watakaa namna gani. Alafu njani mingi, watu wako na njaa, watu wamekaa, hatu kiangalia huko.
The DCI office in Athi-River has revealed that more than 200 victims of demolitions have filed cases since the exercise began. Alodagail for Lookuptv, Machakos County.
Thank you, Ludagal, for that particular report. Away from that, Kenya and Angola have signed 11 bilateral agreements that will strengthen businesses and diplomatic relations between the two nations. Under the agreements, Kenya will, in the next few days, discuss the resumption of direct flights from Kenyan national carrier into KQ into the Angolan airspace. Now, residents of Angola will now enjoy visa-free entry into Kenya after President William Ruto removed visa travel restrictions as the two countries move to cement strong bilateral engagements. Henry Tende reports.
Mr. President.
After questions emerged of his whereabouts after he missed the Mashujaa Day celebrations as the chief guest, Angolan President Joe Lorenzo began his official visit in Kenya with a visit to State House Nairobi, where he was received by Kenyan President William Ruto.
Mr. President, all the MOUs that we have signed today on telecommunication and ICT, on oil and gas, mining and geology, health collaboration, capacity building in public service, and cooperation in our respective diplomatic academies. These frameworks will unlock the potential of our commerce, our trade, our government to government and people people-to-people relations.
The two heads of state making strides towards strengthening business and diplomatic relations between Kenya and Angola. The two signed 11 bilateral agreements for the benefit of their respective citizens. Under the agreements, Kenya will embark on the process of resuming direct flights to Angola to spur business growth.
We have discussed to expedite and conclude discussions on the resumption of direct flights between Kenya and Angola as a mechanism of boosting the movement of people, movement of goods, movement of services, as a way of escalating our trade numbers, which have improved significantly over the last 4 years.
On the other hand, Angolan citizens will enjoy visa-free entry in the country after President RUTO removed the restrictions in today's talks.
We have also agreed, and I have undertaken to my brother President Lorenzo, that our brothers and sisters in Angola, after the signing of the instrument today, all of them, with all passports, will now need no visa to come to Kenya.
In our return back home, we will carefully consider the possibility of extending a visa waiver on diplomatic passports as signed today and extend to other type of visas. So rest assured, Mr. President, that this is something that is not closed.
The mutual relationship will also open a window for residents and diplomats from both countries to benefit from facilities, especially in the education sector.
We have already 5 scholarships running. Students from Angola reported to our Kenya Utalii College last September. They are undertaking their courses. We have agreed in this meeting to expand avenues and spaces of training for citizens from both sides in the areas that we have competitive advantage.
On the volatile peace in Democratic Republic of Congo, President Lorenzo and President RUTO held a detailed discussion that emphasized the need to pursue lasting peace in the region. Kenya and Angola have enjoyed a cordial relationship, and the two countries hope these bilateral agreements will cement that relation for the benefit of their citizens. Henry Tende, Lookuptv.
All right, now thank you, Henry Tede, for that particular report. Away from that, Kenya Kwanza's first year in office has come under harsh scrutiny from a section of Kenyans, with the high cost of living, rising taxes and unfulfilled promises being major concerns. And as John Matava now files, some, however, feel that the government has laid out tangible measures to resuscitate the economy.
In less than 1 year after the Kenya Kwanza government took over office, many Kenyans feel that the country's headed in a wrong direction as taxes continue to rise, more debts incurred and rampant corruption.
Kwa saizi vitu zimekuwa bei kali, saizi pesa ina valueless, tunafanya kazi tunachoka, lakini saizi huwezi ukafurahia nini, hujafanya mambo mazuri, kufinyilia tu mwananchi wa kawaida.
Most of the things zenye wali promise hawajafanya, walikuwa wamepromise, they sold a narrative that the government was for the hustlers, but right now the economic times have become very tough. Umeona bei ya petroli, hata kama kuna geopolitics across the world which is affecting that, it is the duty of the government to protect its citizens from such by bringing in subsidies. So in my own opinion, they have really failed.
Ukiangalia kama mwanabiashara, maisha ya hapo nyuma ilikuwa sawa kuliko sasa. Ulikuwa unauza sana. Sasa hata 10 bob kupata ni shida.
Despite the initial efforts to rectify past governance errors, these attempts have been overshadowed by deliberate constitutional violations, empty promises, and abuse of human rights.
Ni ya wakora tupu kwa bila hawajatufanyia jambo yote. Unaweza ukaona nini mwananchi ametengenezewa ndio straightforward. Alaidi mambo ya unga inapanda. Alaidi mambo ya magari atatengeneza mwananchi ya kawaida kuweza sawa, lakini mambo iko fake. Watu wanalala njaa. Hakuna namna. Sasa hii ni serikali ina gani? Hata badali wakati wa Kibaki, wakati wa Uhuru, Lakini hakuna kitu, watu wanaona mahubiri, watu wanakaa hii. Hii yote ni shida tu pia.
Kitambo ungepata more than 20 customers, but for now wamepungua. Ama hata wakikuja wengi, kila mwenye anakuja analia. Ndio maana anasema utaserve customer kulingana na pesa yenye amekuja nayo.
At the same time, some Kenyans believe that the government has achieved some success, especially by launching the ASLA Fund, reducing fertilizer prices, revised tax policies, and reduced debt payments.
Maybe we may achieve some of their pledges, kama ASLA Fund, but most of their promises hawaweza kuachieve.
And that is the current situation right here in Nairobi CBD, with many Kenyans saying the Kenya Kwanza government is really taking high in terms of economy. John Matava, Lookuptv.
All right, thank you, Matava, for that particular report. Away from that, Public Health Principal Secretary Mary Muthoni has cautioned political leaders against politicizing health matters, saying that the 3 bills signed by President William Ruto will transform the health sector in the country. Muthoni noted that the leaders should instead support government agenda geared towards transforming health sector in the country.
Days after President William Ruto assented to the 3 health bills making them law, Public Health Principal Secretary Mary Muthoni has come out to warn political leaders against politicizing health matters and instead support the government agenda geared towards transforming health sector in the country and ensure Kenyans get efficient health services.
We must stop politicizing matters health.
She said that politicians should not mislead Kenyans on NHIF deductions, which has not changed to Social Protection Insurance Fund.
I know sometimes you hear many people making funny comments. I think this is not the time to politicize our health issues in this country, the health agenda of this country. The president is very clear on which direction we need to take. We as a ministry, we are very clear on which direction we want to take for the people of the country. And by assenting these bills, really, it was an indication that we are serious in whatever issues that we want to do.
She said that some politicians have started to cast doubt on the new law, saying that the government is determined to ensure they are fully implemented.
Wamama wangapi hata wameangaliwa kwa sababu tunaogopa tukienda hospitali tutaitishwa pesa mingi. Chronic illness fund itakulipia. Sasa shida iko wapi?
The bills are the Social Health Insurance Bill, Digital Health Bill, Primary Health Care and the Facility Improvement Financing Bill, which were passed by the National Assembly. Brian Amwai, Lookuptv.
Now, a day after President William Ruto officially launched Universal Health Coverage Plan and signed into law 4 controversial health bills, raising mixed reactions from different quarters. Our reporter Beatrice Kageha was on the streets to assess the understanding of these crucial laws.
President William Ruto yesterday flagged off 100,000 community healthcare workers who are going to aid in provision of universal healthcare coverage program. But do Kenyans really understand what this means to them?
Since he's our president, na alisema na tuko na imani atafanya, even though wengi wanasema yeye ni msawa story tu, wanaona kama ilikuwa story ajabu, but now we are expecting him to implement that promise.
Sindio, kama una do na unapewa kitu ya bure, kwa nini ukatae? Sitasaidia mwenye ana do. Tuseme mtoi wangu ni mgonjwa na apewe matibabu ya bure, sio nimesaidika.
Ni idea nzuri, lakini ile alikuwa anasema ile tusikuwa overcharge wapozi, ile tulikuwa tunatoa tena kuongezewa itakuwa vigumu sana. Maisha sasa hivi imekuwa ngumu, lakini hiyo ya health I think ni good idea.
It's beneficial. Yeah, it's an advantage.
I think this is the idea that you need to replace NHIF. Yeah, actually that one is a very good idea, and nikisema tu kwa maoni yangu, that thing is nakubaliana with the president, because actually ina cover I think every household around many people at the same time. Actually that one is a very good idea.
If it's true, it will work, but if they're talking just for the sake of the people, it will not work. That's why I think it will not.
Those are some of the views we've collected from people here in Nairobi CBD. Reporting for Lookuptv, I'm Beatrice Kageha.
Right, we do want to take a short break here on Lookup Weekend. We'll be back in a moment with more stories, including matter sports. So don't go too far. We'll be back in a few.
Introducing the Kenya Trade Fair Fusion Sales Drive event in the heart of Nairobi at the Kenya National Archives. It's not just an event, it's sales generation with a remarkable return on investment. Get ready to let your booth do the talking as you study new market trends with lots of entertainment featuring traditional live bands, DJs and artists. For vendor registration, call 0724-715-334 or 0713-907-584 or 0723-861-173.
Infinity Industrial Park is one of the largest private industrial parks located along Eastern Bypass, Nairobi, which provides modern infrastructure for smooth operations for industries and business enterprises. Infinity Industrial Park offers world-class amenities and facilities with wide roads, a police station, a power substation, fire station, public transport stage, hospital, and shopping mall. In addition, Infinity Industrial Park also offers CCTV cameras, 24-hour private armed security patrol, sewer, water, fiber optic cable, and 3-phase power connection, added to public utility, canteen, and dining areas. Sail on the golden opportunity to invest in Infinity Industrial Park fully serviced warehouses at a special price of 3,569 Kenyan shillings per square foot. For more inquiries, visit our website infinityindustrialpark.com.
Leo tunaenda Kajiado. Yes! Kajiado. Nani alisema Kajiado hakuna ukulima? Allah. Kwa hivyo sasa tunasoma leo kuhusu ukulima wa kuku ambao wanaitwa improved.
Wakati nilikuwa naanza sikujua naenda kuchukua kuku wapi.
Yes.
Nilipigia mtu mmoja ako Kenchi, but halinizungusha vile hatukuelewana. Lakini on that process ya kutafuta just like godly nikapata uzima chicken. Which is the best.
Improved advantage yake ni nini from kienyeji ya kawaida?
It's not like any other kienyeji chicken. For one, this is like in the field of commercial. They are very fast in growing and they are disease, like anything that come across like diseases, whatever, they are resistant.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us here on Lookup Weekend and trusting us to bring you up to date with the news making headlines across the country. Let's continue with the news tonight. Now, men in Kirinyaga have been implored to speak up and get help when they are going through challenges with cases of suicide, especially among men hitting a record high in the recent months. Now, this coming after a 50-year-old man took his life early Saturday in Kerugoya.
It was business as usual for residents of Githioro village in Kirinyaga County as they woke up to the sad news of the death of a 50-year-old man by suicide. This is sadly the new reality as suicide cases, majorly among men, have been steadily rising with every break of dawn.
Hii area ya Kirinyaga wanaume wananijonga sana. Na nataka kusema wewe ukipata sinda tafuta wanaume wawili watatu, waambie shida yako. Ukiwaambia shida yako, hao wanaume watasuluhisha hiyo mambo na utarekebishwa.
Confirming the incident, Kerugoya Chief Justice Mai said that the deceased had severally tried to end his life and had been threatening to commit suicide.
Jana nimesikia alikuwa amesema mtu anaweza tujiua. Jambo lenye naweza elezea watu, ukisikia umesukumwa sana na mambo sana sana kwa wakati huu maisha iko juu, jaribu hata uongee na watu, jaribu hata uongee mwenye anaweza kupea ushauri.
Men in the region have been advised to open up about their challenges, seek help and refrain from alcohol and substance abuse, which have been reported to contribute to suicidal thoughts.
Especially zile vifo zinakuja kwa wakati huu, most of those people wenye wanakuwa wakiuzishwa ni akina bamba or the men ndio wanajinyonga sana. I don't know why, so I would advise men. Hata ukisukumwa kwa mboma, hata kama ni mboma, hata kama ni kwa maisha, hata kama ni mahali unafanya kazi, jaribu kidogo uingie kwa watu nimekuelezea, the counselors.
The body of the deceased has been taken to Kerugoya mortuary awaiting postmortem and burial.
Now, construction of the 280 million shilling Karai fish market in Naivasha is raising concerns among residents after its construction came to a halt. Now, the market, which was to be launched last year, has been heavily vandalized, dimming the hopes of fish farmers in the region.
This is the state of Karai Fish Market located on the busy Nairobi-Nakuru Highway in Naivasha, Nakuru County. The facility, which is said to have been started by the county government of Nakuru in collaboration with a non-governmental organization, has remained unused due to its incompletion.
Hapa kulikuwa na pahali ya ambulances, kulikuwa hapa na pahali ya kuchaji hii magari ambayo inakuja ya kisasa, unaweka battery ina charge. Na kwa sababu hawa watu wetu wamegoja, tunataka kujua kwamba hiyo ni nini wapi, na diposa tumesema ya kwamba sisi tutakaa ndani.
The area residents who are hopeful of enhancing their business now stranded with unanswered questions.
Huyu mtu tunataka ashikwe, awekwe ndani, arudishe ile pesa amepewa, ndio ipewe contractor mwingine aweze kumalizia hii soko.
Serikali ya county ilikuwa imetega 10 million ya kujenga ukuta ambao unaona hapa. Mimi nimestuka kusikia ya kwamba huu ukuta kutoka hapa kwenda hapo kuzunguka pale umetumia 6 million. Mimi ninashindwa ya kwamba 6 million tungekuwa tumejimaliza hii kitu.
Naivasha East MCA has attributed the vandalization going on in the facility to lack of funding, which has brought to a halt construction activities. The residents are now questioning how 280 million shillings was spent.
Hii soko ilikuwa imetegewa 280 million. Na kwa hivyo tulikuwa the first million 80 kwanza zifanye first phase. Alafu second phase ije ifanywe. Kwa hivyo ile sisi tunataka kujua ni kwamba pesa milioni 80 zimeisha ama hazijaisha. Na kama zimeisha zilikuwa zijenge wapi hadi wapi?
According to the residents, Karai Fish Market was to be opened last. The business people from the area are now urging Nakuru Governor Susan Kihika to intervene so as to enable them to carry out their businesses with ease. Beatrice Kageha, Lookuptv.
All right, let's get sporty tonight. Now, the 2008 Kenya Premier League champions, Mathare United, have registered a 2-0 win against the National Super League leaders, Mara Sugar, in the 6th round of the NSL fixture. Now, the win now places Mathare United in position 4 in the National Super League log with 10 points, only 3 points behind the Mara Sugar, who are leading with 13 points.
Kwenda kuleta mambo tena, kwenda kuleta mali tena. Mwite Tony Odhiambo, leta pale hatari, go 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 go.
Line airudi nyuma, so we wanted to use the spaces behind their pressing line. Then of course we worked more on individual capability. That's what won us the game. Of course our players wamekuwa, some of them walikuwa kwa ile team ambayo ilishuka from ligi ya juu. And that was an emotional damage to them, but what we have really tried to do is to make them stay focused kwa ile kitu tunataka kufanya.
Anakwenda kuleta mambo tena, kwenda kuleta mali tena. Mwite Tony Odhiambo, leta pale hatari, go go.
Now, 8 matches of the FKF Premier League are scheduled to be played tomorrow. Kariobangi Sharks will play Muhoroni Youth. Bandari will host AFC Leopards at Mbaraki Stadium. Bidco United will play Muranga Seal. Nzoia Sugar will tackle Kakamega Homeboys. Shabana FC will face off Nairobi City Stars, and Tusker will lock horns with defending champions Gor Mahia. Now, the grassroots talent search program was held today at RUTO Stadium in Dagoretti, Nairobi, with a variety of sporting disciplines included from football, basketball, freestyle football, esports, and spoken words. Selected players are set to earn a scholarship to study and play football in the United States.
Bring up these young ones. So, and hopefully this is the right time. At times we say God's time is the best.
All right, sadly, should I say sadly, we've come to the end of our bulletin tonight. Thank you so much for making time for this bulletin, and we want to thank you on behalf of everyone that has made this one a success tonight, for just taking time and watching tonight. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody that has been involved in making this one and the engine behind this, my director, Jay Momanyi, and everyone else involved. Thank you so much for watching this tonight.